Hey guys, Craig with Single Length School here. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope we're all staying safe during what's going on with the world today. And I know as a golfer and a lot of you guys being golfers, one of the biggest concerns, one of the biggest things we're missing is golf right now. In the United States, there's a handful of states that don't even have golf courses open. Unfortunately, our state is one of them. I'm in Pennsylvania. Not too happy about it. Not much I can do, but tell you a quick funny story. Yesterday, our governor comes out, was asked why he's allowing trout fishing to start 2 weeks early, but won't open the golf courses. His excuse, and this shows the ignorance of non-golfers, is that hey, you have to get a scorecard with golf, so it's not good for you because you have to go pick up a scorecard. Yet we're allowed to go fishing and they open trout season, but I'm pretty sure I have to go to the store to buy bait. So his argument makes no sense. Needless to say, have to find a workaround, and I think a lot of you guys are probably trying to scramble to find a workaround, chipping in the backyard. Maybe you have some nets, different things like that. But what I want to show you guys is something that I've actually had for a little while. I just haven't really dove fully into it. Just for the simple fact that I can get out to the course typically under normal situations and get out there and do my work out there. But so I've been quarantined here for going on 30 days. I think we're about 24, 25 days now, going nuts. Now, I've always had somewhat of a simulator possibility, and I'll get into the system here in a second, but one of the things I always had, or never had until recently when we finished our addition, was the actual height in the house where I can swing all year round. Well, I'm in the addition, as I've said in some videos before, took the 9 months off last year from filming because I was building this thing. So we're done. I've got an 11-foot roof above me. But what I want to tell you guys is how I built my indoor simulator. So before I get into this, guys, if you're new to the channel, Single Length School, yes, our goal is to play smarter, not harder, typically we focus on single length irons, but there's always tips and tricks here for every golfer of the trade. So we're going to talk about this in-home setup I have that I will tell you right now, a lot of you guys have probably researched. Indoor simulators can go for thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to put into your house, and for the majority of us, it's not possible. My setup behind me, with the exception of my computer and the TV there, the entire setup that you're going to see and I'm going to talk about today cost me less than $500. So I'm going to start with kind of the basics, what I have, and then I'll get into what I'm using as my simulator right now. But over my shoulder here, you can see the net I've got set up. That is a 7x7 freestanding net. It takes very little room. It's not a net that has a huge base or a big back or anything like that. Got it at Target for $52. During this epidemic here, ordered it online, they brought it to the car. So if you're looking for an indoor net, small footprint, that's the one you want, and it's by far the most inexpensive one on the market. Now, the other thing I have is, a lot of guys want to hit off a mat, and honestly, we've got carpet here, so I definitely want to protect the carpet. Same thing, small footprint hitting mat. I do have a bigger 4x4 mat outside, but I keep it outside to practice out there when I take the net outside. But inside, I'm just hitting off this mat. It only elevates the ball about half an inch above my feet, so that's fine by me. Again, $25 Target, same pickup with that. Definitely, so right there, you guys are only in about 75, 80 bucks just between the mat and the net. That's a good start. So now, let's talk a little bit about what I'm using, the hardware, the setup, everything like that. So let me walk over here and bring it over. So this little bugger here is from Rapsodo. And those who don't know, Rapsodo's kind of been up and coming on the golf market for a few years now. They're part of the technology package behind the SkyTrack. So right there, they've already got some, some je ne sais quoi, some guts to their claims already right off the bat because they're part of SkyTrack. This little guy is called R Motion, and they released this probably about 4 years ago. And when you buy an R Motion, you get a couple things with it. Now, I will tell you, and we'll cover this a little bit as we go, but this is simply a club tracker. You're not going to get ball data. You're going to get estimated ball data based off of what your club does. So if your club face is closed, you swing in to out, it'll produce the big old hook for you. If your club face is open, you're over the top, it'll slice it for you. Where I found the issues is a little bit in the yardage. But honestly, if you look through some of the forums out there, some of the information on the R Motion, there's settings you can adjust with your club sensor that will help you closely get to those yardages you're used to. So when you buy the R Motion, you get the little clip, or the little sensor, I should say. You get clips for your clubs. The base package comes, I think, with 3 clips. You can buy additional clips for extra money. And then it comes with a little USB dongle. Not going to show you that because it's plugged into the computer back here. But the R Motion sensor itself and the 3 clips, the base package and the dongle, it comes in under $300. So you're at $300 for the R Motion and another $80. You're at $380 on an indoor simulator. That is relatively cheap by all means. And I will tell you, based on experience, now I've got a buddy of mine that has an OptiShot. Same thing, it's dealing with club data. I like this little guy better. There's some quirks with it, which is basically, again, the clips. You got to put the clips on your clubs, and then every time you take a shot, you have to change the sensor from club to club. You get used to it, it's not a big deal. But over time, you could run into, if you're playing a full simulation round, and I'll talk a little bit more about the software here in a second, but if you've only got 3 clips, now you got to take these clips off, put them on a different club. There are some workarounds. Either A, you buy the full set of clips, the additional 10 clips that get you all 14 clubs. The other thing I see a lot of is people will take this sensor, buy poster putty, and use that to transfer club to club. But when you line up the clips that hold the sensor, you line them straight up and down your shaft with your club face. You clip it in so that it's facing the club face. It looks as square as possible. And then that's when you take your swings. Now, software-wise, you get the golf club. Not the Golf Club 2019, but the original golf club. Comes with 15 courses in a driving range in the base package. You don't have to pay anything extra for. So you can actually go out, play some holes, play an 18-hole round, hit the driving range, and I'll show you how it works here in a few moments. But that's really it. But I do want to cover some of the quirks before I show you some of the workings of the system, how it shows up. Couple quirks with it. Short game is typically an issue with this because it's looking for a certain range of motion. So if you've got a short-sided chip and you've got, you're sitting in the rough on the simulator, you've got a 15-foot chip, a lot of times it's not going to pick up unless you're one of those guys that gets really wristy with your chip and gets the club way back. For the guys that use the triangle, almost a putting stroke with chipping, that's where this will fail a little bit. And then putting. And it's not anything necessarily to do with the sensor itself, but what I found, I use these little guys inside. This is a Psycore golf ball. You can get them on Amazon. Reacts just like a real golf ball, but it's softer. It's not going to break my glass door behind me. But when it comes to putting, it just seems like the sensor doesn't pick it up as much. So when I'm putting, I switch over and use a real golf ball with this thing. So those are kind of the quirks. Again, maker is Rapsodo. It's the R Motion. You can get it on Amazon, get it primed to you. They also, like I said, they've worked on the SkyTrack. They also just released the mobile launch monitor last year, which is a launch monitor you take outside, take to the range. It's got a shot tracer. It's a $500 device. I was lucky enough, got my hands on one, and right now I can tell you guys, I worked and signed up with our ambassador program. In the link below, in the description below, I'm going to include a link if you're interested in the mobile launch monitor. The $500 device, it hooks up with an iPhone. You can actually save $75 if you click on the link below. Take that link, copy the promo code, go to the store, put the MLM in your cart, apply the promo code. I'll save you $75. Aside from that, guys, the dongle, the R-Motion also has an iPhone app or an iPad app you can use. Not the biggest fan of it, but it is there if you guys want to use it, don't have a PC. And the next question is, what kind of PC do I need? Honestly, if your computer's newer, I'd say within the last 2-3 years, should be able to run the software no problem. They do recommend a higher end video card. I'll be honest, last PC I had this on, I was about 5 years old and I was still using it. Not a high end video card. It lagged, but it worked. So I'm going to hit some shots, show you guys. Right now I'm going to keep the camera here so you guys can kind of see everything. You can somewhat see the screen, the driving range over my back shoulder. I'm going to hit a couple here, then I'll hit a couple on the screen. We'll come back and wrap it up. But as we get into this, guys, don't forget, down below, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to our channel so you know when the latest videos are coming, and hit that notifications bell. Make sure you're up to date with everything we're doing. Hopefully we're able to, start getting back to normal soon here in Pennsylvania, and I can start getting you guys some more things. So let's go hit some shots. I'll talk you through some more. So again, guys, I've got the Psycor golf ball here. I'm just going to hit some wedge shots for you, just so you guys can kind of see the reaction time on the screen there. And there you go, pretty quick reaction time. A little bit of a draw on that one. That's the other thing. I forgot to switch clubs on it. I've got the wedge here that's saying it was a 260-yard wedge. The system's still set up for driver. I'm going to switch that real quick. Okay, we're back to normal, back to setup, guys. So again, just the wedge shot here. Let's see what we get. Pretty quick reaction time. Again, my computer's a little bit faster than most. I'm going to give you one more and then we'll give you a close-up on the screen. There we go. Another lob wedge right down the middle. 93 yards. A little short for what I normally do. Normally my lob wedge is about 105, so a little bit short, but that's just the sensor. The big thing is this is allowing you to see what your club's doing. So let's get you closer. All right, guys, so we got you now looking at the TV screen just to see what's going on here. And you guys should be able to hear me swing in the background, and you should see the reaction time in the ball flight. There we go, just a slight delay. And again, that's more typical. My wedge shot about 100 yards. A little bit short on that, but all in all, not too bad. We'll hit one more for you. All right, we're gonna hit one more here for you guys so you can see it. All right, guys, so that wraps up the little video here on the R-Motion. I hope for you guys that are trying to find something that you can use inside, whether it's all season round or even during this current time, this gives you an idea of something you can use. Again, keep it on a budget. Like I said, all in total, including the R-Motion, the net, the mat, total of, less than $400 for me. So that's a great way to go if you guys want to keep up your swing. If you have any questions, by all means, shoot me an email at singlelengthschool@gmail.com. Be glad to answer it. Any comments, any questions, you can put down in the comments. If you have a simulator, comment down below which one it is. Tell us if you like it, what you love about it, what you hate about it, how close does it resemble the real game. Again, guys, love interacting with you. I hope everyone's staying safe. And this is Craig with Single Length School. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications button. Stay tuned with what we have, and hopefully we'll get you some more videos. Even if it's inside, we'll get you some more tips and tricks coming up here in the next week or so. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the fairways.